Welcome to Lively Lewis Stories.
Buckle up, because you're about to join Levi and Ivy on an adventure.
All you need is your imagination, and
Off we go! Lively Lewis Stories!
Have you ever had one of those days where it seems like everything is going wrong?
Sure, I think we've all had one of those days. Maybe you spill hot fudge all over your favorite sweatshirt, or your new shoes get covered in peanut butter. Or you drop your chips that look like animal collections in the snow.
Chips that look like animal collection? What are you doing when I'm not home? Anyways, I think those things could technically happen to anyone, but most likely, just you. Also, I agree that we have all had bad days, but have you ever been in the middle of a bad day and found out that everyone around you is also having a bad day?
Oh, I see what you're getting at. I remember that day. I felt like it lasted forever. Until you, me, Levi, and Ivy decided to change our outlook, and things got a lot better.
It definitely took a little while for that to happen, but at the end of the day, I think we all learned something really important.
Yeah, don't wear new shoes when you've just bought a giant jar of peanut butter?
Yeah, I suppose, but also that bad days don't last forever, and you have more control over them than you think.
That is totally true. It's funny, I remember it so clearly, but kind of wish I could forget it. We all woke up that Saturday morning, ready for a day at the amusement park.
The kids had been looking forward to it for a month. It was the opening of that brand new roller coaster, and we were all ready to fly through the air on the Daring Dragon. It was the biggest roller coaster around, and everyone wanted to try it out, especially Levi and Ivy.
But the weather definitely had other plans. We had checked that weather report nonstop that whole week and could not have been happier that it was supposed to be warm and sunny on the day we had planned to go visit the park.
However, when we woke up that morning, it was anything but sunny. In fact, it was pouring rain. I grabbed my phone to see if it was just a quick storm, but it turned out it was not.
It was going to last all day and popped up out of nowhere. We checked every local TV station to see if anyone had better news, but unfortunately, every weather person on every station said the same thing. We're sorry, we couldn't have predicted this at all. Hopefully you don't have outdoor plans and can still enjoy your day.
But we did have outdoor plans and didn't know how we were going to tell the kids. But once Levi and Ivy got up, we couldn't hide the rain from them.
They immediately started asking what we were going to do and if we could still go to the amusement park. And if we could still ride the Daring Dragon. We explained to them that the amusement park has to close if there's a lot of rain because the rides can't run on bad weather.
That did not go over very well. Levi and Ivy both started to cry, and honestly, we felt like crying too.
I'll be honest, I did cry just a little bit that day, thinking I wouldn't be able to get my favorite colossal corn dog at the park. And of course, missing out on a day with family.
Of course. So we quickly told the kids that we could just use our tickets another day, and we'd do something fun at home.
And that's when I unfortunately had to tell them that I bought the tickets on a special discount day, and I got a great deal because there were no refunds, no exchange tickets. Why would you do that? Levi shouted. I'd pay any amount of money to ride the Daring Dragon. It's not called the Discount Dragon. Why would you do that? I told Levi I knew he was upset, but getting mad at me for something I had no control over wasn't going to make it stop raining or get me a corn dog.
Ivy wasn't much better. She looked at me with tears in her eyes and asked why we'd picked such a rainy day to go to the amusement park. We told her no one knew it was going to rain, and also that it's okay to be upset, just don't be upset with me. I quickly tried to change the subject and exclaimed that we'd have pancakes for breakfast. That stopped the crying, which was great. I truly believe pancakes can fix most anything.
That was until we found out that we were out of pancake mix. Why don't we go out for breakfast? Levi suggested, and we all thought it was a great idea. So we got dressed, grabbed our rain boots, and headed for the garage.
That's when more bad luck showed up. I walked around to get in the car and noticed that the tire was flat. Fix it, fix it, fix it,
was all we could hear as we walked back inside the house. I told the kids not to worry and that we would just move on from breakfast and plan some fun activity.
But Mom always says that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, says Ivy as she took off her rain boots. Great. The one thing she remembers that I've ever said, and it had to be that. So we all make our way to the kitchen and we have some cereal as we watch the rain outside and decide what we'll do next.
Game day was my idea, and I told the kids to run into the playroom and each get their favorite game. I start to clear off the dining room table, and everyone seems to be feeling fine.
We started to think that maybe our bad luck was ending and we'd make the best of the day after all. Until we heard a scream come from the other room. Ivy had grabbed a step stool to reach her favorite game at the top of the closet when she slipped and fell.
She hurt her foot, which thankfully was all that happened. But to make matters worse and keep the bad luck flowing, when we opened up her game to play, it was missing 3 pieces we needed.
So Levi was up next. His game did have all the pieces, but even though he played 3 times, he lost every game.
I had to tell him that winning isn't the only thing, and it's fun to just play. But after the morning, we all thought it would have been really nice for him to have a win.
So since game day wasn't exactly the best idea, we decided that we'd let the kids pick any sweet treat and we'd make it. Chocolate chip cookies for lunch sounded great at that point. I grabbed all the ingredients from the cupboard and we got ready to bake. However,
I was asked to grab the sugar and was so busy trying to make the kids laugh with a funny dance I was doing that I accidentally grabbed the salt instead. I mean, they're both in clear containers on the same shelf.
it really wasn't your fault. The labels fell off the containers a few days earlier, and I never got around to putting them back on. So long story short, we each had a bite of a salty, bad luck chocolate chip cookie and thought it couldn't get any worse.
That's when I stood up, stubbed my toe on the coffee table, tripped over Levi's blocks on the ground, and spilled a whole glass of milk all over the rug on my way down.
It was right then that I couldn't hold it anymore. And you may think I'm going to say I was just so upset that I cried, but I didn't. I couldn't help but laugh. It was all just so much that it became funny.
So I'm sitting there covered in milk when I look up and see Levi and Ivy looking at their mom.
Why is she laughing?
Ivy asked me. Because sometimes you just have to look your bad luck square in the face and laugh.
That's right. I know when bad luck starts to feel like one big rainy day, salty chocolate chip cookie, but you have the ability to say, I refuse to have any more bad luck today. Then everything that happens after that, you just try and find the good in it.
Like this rainstorm, for example. We get to look forward to a rainbow when it's done. And those salty cookies taught us an important lesson. When a label falls off your salt and sugar containers, replace them that day.
We'll get to the amusement park soon enough, and when we do that, I just know we'll have the best day ever. The kids looked at us with a smile on their face, and they started to laugh. We all laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed, and it became the best bad day we ever had.
And after we stopped giggling, I said, even if we get to the amusement park and Daring Dragon is closed and they're out of corn dogs, now I know that no matter what, we'll have each other and we'll find a way to make the best of it.
So that was our bad luck day that turned out pretty good. We were able to teach Levi and Ivy a great life lesson, and after ordering a pizza and snuggling up on the couch to watch a rainy movie, we all went to bed knowing that tomorrow would be a lot better. Did you learn a lesson from this story?
If so, what was it?
And parents, do your kids have a story idea?
Leave a comment on our Apple Podcast review page with 5 stars, the idea, and your kid's name for a chance to join Levi and Ivy on their next adventure. Until next time.
Thanks for listening. Come back for more.